Hello and welcome. Today we're going to work on something new. I know I told you that my next video would be us making the cards from the paper pumpkin kit, but I just received something and I wanted to show you what it is. Now, before I show it to you, just know that it's not going to come out until June with the new catalog, June 2018. When the new catalog comes out, then you'll be able to order this. We're going to be using 4 different color inks. This is Pacific Point. This is Night of Navy. This is Coastal Cabana. And this is Delightful Dijon. And we'll be using this stamp set, Watercolor Wings. Now, let's see. Should I show it now? What do you guys think? Okay, I did get you here to look at it, so here we go. It's a stamp positioner. And in my honest opinion, and I've tried at least 2 different brands, and I'm going to tell you what I like about this one. First of all, it has 2 plates. Has 2 plates, and they're removable. Now, the reason this is a good thing is because when we're doing 2, 3, 4 step stamping, the 2, 3, or 4 steps, 2, 3, or 4 stamps that we are going to use, we can put them on here on these plates, 1 on each side. That will give us 4 stamps, and we will be able to position all our stamps, and all we have to do is ink them. This is called the Stamparatus, and this is made by Stampin' Up. Okay, if you have red rubber stamps, then you don't need this cushion. If you have wooden stamps that have red rubber on it, then you can take your stamps off of the wood mount, and you could use them like that. Let me see if I can find one to show you. I should have gotten it out before, but of course, can't plan everything. Oh, this is a good set right here. Let me show you. This stamp set is called By the Tide. And of course, I bought the wood set on accident because I don't like wood stamps. I like to be able to see through my stamps. And I like polymer clay stamps. When you buy the wood stamp, it comes like this. And you take the stamp off, pull this piece of paper off, and stick it on here. I'm not putting it on there because I'm going to give this away. So take this off, and it comes out. Take it off and pull the cardboard off and stick it on the block that it matches, and you're good to go. So if your stamps are already on the wood, you could take them off so that you'll be able to use the Stamparatus with the stamp sets that you already have. Okay. Now, because most of my stamps are photopolymer, I'm going to leave this in here so that I can have some cushion for my photopolymer. Anytime you use photopolymer stamps, you want to make sure that you have some type of cushion. And what I did under my mat here, I have the little plastic bubble that you get in packages. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can push this back a little bit. Just a little bit over here. There we go. Hopefully you can see this. I put this bubble under my mat so that when I push down on it, it has a little bit of cushion, a little bit of give to it. So, the best thing about this Stamparatus is that it has these plates. It has 2 plates, and they're removable. When you store the Stamparatus, you don't want to store these together unless you're doing it like this. You cannot put both of them inside here and then close it. One will close and the other one won't. See? You don't want that to break. So you don't want to store them together like that. Okay? So we're going to take these off because we need to position our stamps. Now we're going to put this in this corner. And the Stamparatus comes with, let me show you. It comes with 2 magnets. Oh, I was looking for my scissors. There they go. Those magnets are very, 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 very strong. Okay. Okay. The magnet is a long block. And I wrap them with washi tape because they're really, really strong and I need to be able to pull them apart. So that's why I did that. But for what we're going to do today, I'm not going to use these magnets. And let me show you why you want to use the magnet. When you put your stamps on here, and we'll position our stamps while I'm explaining this. When you put your stamps on here, it causes the magnet to, no, don't put that right there. Causes the stamp to stick to the paper. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. And we're going to use this one. These are photopolymer. Believe it or not, you still can see through it even though these have been stained. Okay. I'll put this one over here. And number 4, 3, and this one. Okay. Okay. So now, what we're going to do is position our stamps right now. So the first thing you want to do is put your stamp, this is the base, put this where you want it to stamp on your card. You can put it here, over here, off of the card, down here, wherever you want it. So we're going to put it right here. And then we're going to put this in. Oh, let me tell you one good thing about this. Say, let's find a smaller one. Hold on. Let's do this first. Okay. I'm going to do this right here. Okay. Got it backwards. Flat side up. Okay. Bring this down. This is why you need the magnet. See how that, hold on, let me do it again. See how that pulled that up? You don't want that. That's why you need the magnet to hold this down. And that's why they're as strong as they are. Now, get up, stamp your card. Then you say, well, I want a different color butterfly. So you're going to take this out, bring this down, and guess what? You're going to be able to make this butterfly right here. And then, you say you want another one? Okay, let's do that. So bring it down, 1, put it in place, put your magnet in place, ink your stamp, and there you go. That's why I like this one. And think about it. You could do one this way, put your other plate here. Let's put this in here. Put your other plate here, and you can go turn your stamp this way. Doesn't have to be a butterfly, it could be anything. And stamp it over there like that. This is going to be wonderful. When you figure out how you want to play with it, you're going to love it. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, let's take this off and go back to what we were doing. Okay. Now, our base stamp right here. Okay, base stamp. Let's put this back in position. Okay. bring this down, press. Okay. Ink your stamp. Oh, I guess we can ink it. I have to pretend everything. All right. This one's nice and juicy. This is the edge over there. Okay. Okay, this is specific point. And when you're stamping your stamp, you see how it's got ink right here? Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about it. Look. Press down. Okay. Pick it up. And look. No ink on here. Now see how this one doesn't have the ink on it right here? This is why this is good. I'm going to press down. There we go. See? Look. Okay. Now if this bothers you like it's bothering me, then make sure you have a baby wipe close by. We're going to leave that there. Okay? Now, this is the second one that we're going to do. This is the edge. I should have done a different color. But this, we're just working on showing you how this actually works. Okay? So position your stamp on your card or project. Press down. Okay. Now I'm going to use this color. So I'm seeing that this color needs to be a light color, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. Press that. Oh, make sure your card's in the corner. Press down. And see what happens when you don't have your card the way you're supposed to have it? Because I didn't check the card when I positioned this one. So, I told you in my first video, I'm not editing anything. I'm going to let you see the mistakes that I make. That way, you can learn from my mistakes. And that way, you won't do what I just did. Okay? So, that's why you need to use the magnet. Okay. This is going to be one of those do as I say, do not as I do videos. So, okay, we got 2 so far. And we want to make sure that the card is where it's supposed to be. This, I have a magnet right here, and I could use that one. But this, I think this magnet is too high for what I'm trying to do. But I'll try it. Okay, so the next one we want to do is going to be, take this out, turn it over, put it back in, and here's our next one. And we're going to put this right here. Okay? And now we're going to use Coastal Cabana. And remember, I was saying that the base color needs to be a light color. Well, you're going to see why right now. Let me try. I'm going to try this color instead. This is Delightful Dijon. Okay, let's try this. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do. Oh, it's right here. Got to put it over here first. You want to put some ink on it. All right, there we go. Okay. There you go. Remember, if you get ink on here, it's okay. All right, press down. Okay, see how the magnet held it down this time? And you can see the yellow a little bit. And this is the best thing about this, is that if you miss a spot, it's okay. You can go back, put some more ink, press down some more, and there you go. So there we go. See? And now we have one more piece So let's take this out, turn it around, and this is the body. We're probably only going to see the head portion of this. Okay. Okay, push this down. Pick it up. And now we're going to use the lighter color. So remember, when you're doing 2, 3, or 4 step stamping, make sure that your base color is a light color so that you will be able to see the other colors that you put on top. Okay. Here we go. Isn't it wonderful that that's over there and it won't get on your card? And there we go. So, 2-step stamping. The Stamparatus is good for several things. One, it helps you to position your stamp on the card. And you know how sometimes we stamp it and then it doesn't have enough ink on it. Now we have to look over and put our head in there and try to see where to put the stamp. We don't have to do that anymore. Just put some more ink on there and bring it over and we're good to go. So the other thing that's good for, if we get ink over here, like we would sometimes get on around our stamp, if we get it on here, it doesn't matter. It's not going to touch the paper. I mean, you could wipe it off before you stamp it if that makes you better, makes you feel better, because that might make you a little nervous. But if you test it out first and play with it a little bit, like I'm doing now, that's why I'm making all these mistakes, because I want you to see what I'm doing for the first time. So, well, I think this is my 3rd time trying it, but I want you to see all my mistakes so you can see what not to do and how to do different things. Okay, so it'll keep your space clean. It'll keep your card clean, even if you get ink on the outside of your stamps here. Also, you're able to take this out and move it down. And like if you wanted to say, if you had a stamp that said thank you, maybe you wanted to say thank you all the way down. You just take this out, move it down 1 notch or 2 notches, whichever one you think is best. And you just keep on bringing it down until you finish covering the whole card. I think that's wonderful. It's good that this is removable and that you can bring it down and it's held in place. So you don't have to try to hold it in place yourself. Also, it's good for either photopolymer stamps or woods or red rubber stamps. So if you have photopolymer, you can use this. If you have red rubber, because it has the red rubber on the stamp itself, you just use this. Okay. So I did this video first because I want you to be able to see it prior to getting yours. I know it's going to be a while from now, but I wanted to make the video ahead of time because, you know, by the time June comes, this thing is going to be old news for me. And I mean, I'm still going to be using it, but I might not think to do a video on it. And so that's why I wanted to do it now, since I just got it. But I love it, and I think that you will too, especially if you have a hard time stamping a clear or a clean stamp, where, you know how, see how some of this ink is missing? All I have to do is put more ink on the stamp and stamp it again. But you have to make sure that your paper stays in the right position, and using the magnet is going to help you out. So, because this is how we got this, by not using the magnet, and this paper lifted up, and then I didn't adjust it before I stamped on it. So that's how that happened. So you want to be sure that you're paying attention to make sure that you're doing all the steps, that you're stamping over here, that you're putting your paperwork, your card base, or whatever it is that you're stamping on. Make sure that it's in the same position all the time. And that's why I put it in this corner. That way, that's the only thing I need to remember to do. And also to use the magnet, which I wasn't doing. And you see how this helped the paper to stay down when you lifted the plate. The paper didn't stick to the stamp like it was doing in the beginning when I initially started. So this is what I like about this stamp positioning tool, the Stamparatus. See how it's got some ink on here and it's not getting on the paper? That's going to be a wonderful thing for us. as we go about making our projects and things. But you want to make sure that before you put your Stamparatus away, that you clean the plates, and make sure that all the ink is off of it, because even though it's not going to touch it when you are stamping, when you take it out, it's going to be touching something, and you don't want the ink to get on this right here, because when you lay your base down, it's going to get ink on it from before. So you want to be careful of that. So we know this one's not in the right place, so we can take this off. Okay, so this is the Stamparatus. It won't be available until June 2018, when the new annual Stampin' Up! Catalog comes out. And I think that you're going to like it. I think that this is going to do more for you than any of the other ones that are out. Like I said, I've used 2 of the other ones that's out, and by far, to me, right now, this is #1 for me. They all do the same thing. Their purpose is the same. The mission, the goal, all of that's the same. And it's just that this one has more versatility for you to be able to do your stamping projects. So when this comes out, I'm looking for you all to buy one, to let me know what you think about it and how you like it, and if it works for you. I think that it will. I believe that it will. So this is what I wanted to show you today. The Stamparatus by Stampin' Up. Okay? I thank you for taking the time to come and spend some time with me. I appreciate you doing that, and I hope to see you in here again. Ask that you would like and subscribe and tell a friend. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you next time.